All right. Good morning. It's just your average Joe here with Monday Morning Quarterback, joined by the usual suspects, my usual co-host in Michael A. Smith from when are you going to change that name, by the way? Mic'd Up
I
Sports.
like that. You gave me the name.
I know. Well, because you're just as negative he is. And of course, this week told me nothing with Juwaan from over at Geek Vibes Nation. What's up, guys? How you doing? You ready to talk football? We
Yeah.
had some changes. We did have look. This week gave us a couple of changes. One being it wasn't really a change, but it was the only team that actually not only clinched a playoff berth but clinched their division in the Green Bay Packers, and we got a division lead swap. Uh, Bengals now lead the the North.
Nah,
Yeah,
not.
I don't know.
Okay, just making sure.
Mhm.
Bengals now lead the AFC North, and the Ravens are now in the hunt. I mean, in the hunt, and and so we got that. But again, the AFC playoff picture is just so it's not only unpredictable, but it's just like every fucking team is literally almost separated by either one or two games. So that says nothing with that division lead because they're both tied for 8 and 6 anyway.
Yep.
Uh, we normally start with Giant news, and we normally start with Giant rants and Giant talks. I am wearing a Detroit Lions hat in solidarity for the Lions with their huge win, but also because I couldn't care less for the remaining schedule and the remaining games of this New York Giants football team. I think the head coach is a fucking imbecile.
I have a question.
Well,
Gentlemen.
really quick, I think he's not only an imbecile, but at the same in the same breath, I will also be smart enough to acknowledge the fact that not only it's hard to evaluate him and our quarterback situation, given what we have. You can argue and say, well, Joe Judge might have easier decisions if he had a fucking team. But at the same
No,
time, I still think
no.
he's an imbecile.
Here's a question. Gentlemen, we know football pretty fucking good, right?
Well, some of us.
Okay. When a play is over and the play clock starts, how many seconds you have to get your play off?
Isn't it? They count down from, was it 40 or 25?
40.
Okay. I want to make sure
40,
it's 40.
40-second play clock. Now, in these 40 seconds, you have time to make your play and get all the personnel you want on and off of the field.
Depending on the yardage gained.
So you have 40 seconds to get personnel on and off the field.
Most part, yeah.
With 1 second left, you're still taking fucking personnel off the field and you get yourself a fucking delay of game.
Did that change the outcome of this fucking game?
Because you just answered the question. Joe Judge is beyond an imbecile.
I'll
Joe
tell you
Judge
why.
is a fucking jerk off.
I'll tell you why I'm saying
And
that.
he wants to come out on Wednesday or Thursday and give a press conference saying that he thinks he's coming back next year.
No, he is. Him and Jones will be back next year. Jones, I don't care. Jones, I told you. I've already said this. I want Jones back.
Let me tell you, that neck, nobody knows what that neck is going to be. Jones was in practice.
Are we talking about Jones or Glennon's neck?
Jones, he is not allowed to take any physical hits. Doctors are worried that he's going to end up paralyzed. He might not be back next year.
We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But I'm telling the only reason why I'm saying I think Joe Judge is an imbecile, and like you said, there were a couple of brainhead calls last week too that we were talking about. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but I remember saying, "What the fuck was he thinking when he did this?" But again, another week. You got Glennon starting. I get it. Jones can't play. So Jones wasn't cleared. So you got Glennon starting. What are you going to do? You got your backup quarterback starting. But at what point do you say to yourself, this guy needs to get taken off the fucking field? Why would you wait for 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter?
But it was a winnable
Joe Judge
game.
is a fucking jerk off.
A winnable game. But exactly, if it was a winnable game, at what point do you say, all right, this guy ain't cutting it?
I don't think you have anything better.
Fromm showed better.
Let's see.
Fromm showed a little promise.
Let's see about this. Let's just see what we have was better. Mike Glennon, 13 for 24, 99 yards, no touchdowns, 3 beautiful interceptions.
24 attempts to get 99 yards. It took Fromm 12 attempts and 6 completions to get 82.
Fromm, 6 for 12 for 82. I think Jake Fromm had better fucking numbers.
But it wasn't even the numbers. It's the thing is, it's not even what Fromm really. It's look. again, that's
And
such
Robert,
a small.
to answer your question, John Mara is a fucking moron. That's why Joe Judge is coming back next year.
Yeah, I know, Robert. We don't know. We don't get it either. But again, I'm also on the. Look here. I can go in the middle. I can play the devil's advocate. I can say to yourself, look. On the one hand, you got Joe Judge making these incredibly stupid bonehead calls. He just does. He honestly, at this point, it's like, okay, how much of a honeymoon phase are you going to have with this guy? But then on the other thing is you're going to say almost like it's the same argument you have with Daniel Jones. How can you really evaluate this guy if you don't have the right tools and the right, whatever on the field for him? But yeah, he is.
I'm just saying, I saw that game, and I saw you guys get a no call on Micah Parsons doing pass interference on Galladay, which would have put you guys at the goal line for possibly a touchdown. So instead of settling for a field goal, you could have gotten 7 in that situation. I've seen you guys strip sack Dak Prescott. There were just a lot of positives from that game, and the Cowboys didn't play. That's why I said this week told me nothing. Dallas looked horrible. They look worse. The Giants just look worse. But that's why I keep saying if Daniel Jones is in some of these games, I think you win some of these games because they've been winnable games. 21-6 does not tell the story of this actual game where Dallas, yes, did Dallas get a lot of turnovers? For sure. But for as many turnovers as they got to only churn out 21 points, the fact that this game wasn't 54-6 lets you know all you need to know about Dallas on offense. And I don't think that's just them looking bad. I think that was a Giants defense stepping up like they usually do in conference games and making it tough for Dallas. So, again, look, I'm not a Giants fan. If you guys think Joe Judge should be gone, by all means.
He should be gone.
He was great over in New England. I'll take all my ex-coaches back that nobody wants.
Yeah, but what was he in New England?
Special
teams.
Wide receiver coach.
All right, so then that's what he should do then, because he's not good as a head coach. If
He's
he was
not
a
head
good,
coach.
I don't think we know that. I don't think we know that for sure.
If you have a guy in Mike Glennon who once again does a piss poor job in quarterback and 3 interceptions, I think he had a fumble, at least one fumble. At one point,
what is he now? Lifetime 2-30.
It was a close game. All right, if it's such a close game, at one point do you say maybe we should start this kid, because neither one of them scored in the fourth quarter. So obviously it was 21-6 going into the fourth quarter. So at what point do you say, you know what, let's see what this Fromm kid can do?
And look, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. But all I'm saying is like, let me use Rex Ryan, for example. Rex Ryan had more bad seasons as the Jets head coach than he did good seasons, but he churned out one great season, one AFC championship worthy season. But you needed the growth for him to get the quarterback he wanted, for him to devise the defense that he wanted. You needed that time. He's only been here, 2 years? So I'm saying, yes, look, again, if you
but how many hold on. How many seasons was Rex Ryan the head coach for the Jets?
God, like 8.
Right. And you had that one good year.
One good year.
But that doesn't say anything about the growth. That just says that
No. That tells you, right? Because you had 8 years. So if the Jet fan after 5 years, 6 years is saying Rex Ryan is just not the guy, I could buy that. But 2 years in, 1 year taking a team that you did not assemble, and now this year a team you did assemble, but numerous injuries and a horrible offensive line. Again, if you guys are saying his time is up, I'm not a fan. No problem. Not arguing that.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's had a chance to devise whether or not he is a good or bad head coach. Because I could show you Mike Tomlin, a veteran coach that makes stupid calls.
Yeah, no, I think, look, I think every coach at one point in his career or season is going to make a call that's going to make any fan like, what was that call or whatever. But I think in the grand scheme of things, Joe Judge happens to make a little bit more. And granted, maybe it's just he's on a bad team and maybe it's hard to evaluate him. But the fact of the matter is, the Giants have been, I think the stat was in the last 5 or 6 years, they are the worst team in football. So if you bring in a guy like Joe Judge and you're trying to get or change the culture around this team, And, you try to revamp the offense. You revamp the defense, the secondary, right? And they do have shades of greatness. Don't get me wrong. But they can't, as an offense, they can't run the ball. They can't protect the quarterback. They can't get in the end zone. They're just anemic. So at what point do you say to yourself, all right, well, maybe we get rid of the offensive coordinator. We got rid of Garrett, okay? We're still not able to get in the end zone. We're still not able to produce. At what point do you say to yourself, maybe we just need to change overall everything?
And that's fine. But what I don't want is for you to fire this man, and then 2 years from now, we're talking about the same thing with his replacement. Because
Mike, the defense,
more like a
really
lack
quick,
of a coach problem and more so of a personnel problem.
The defense had shades of greatness. The defense is what kept them close in some games. In fact, the defense is what won them some of those 4 wins. Yeah, I would say the defense. I said the defense, not the offense. The defense has had some good games.
The defense only let them score. The defense let them score 3 touchdowns. Most teams can score 3 touchdowns, and another team can come back and score and beat them.
There should by now, decision making wise, yeah, he's not a good head coach because of signs.
2 seasons.
Yeah,
you guys is levels.
Hey, us Giant fans. Well, you know what though, too. As a Patriots fan, you got Bill Belichick, so you don't have to worry about that. You got a franchise coach.
Yeah, but still, if he retired next year and Josh McDaniels took over and had a bad season, I wouldn't go, "Oh, bro, done. You got to get out of here."
Well, that's one season. That's one season, but
I couldn't even give. It's a growth period. If I just drafted a rookie quarterback and he has 2 bad seasons, I can't say this guy will never be a quarterback.
Hold on. But Josh is Josh McDaniels, right? It's McDaniels. Josh McDaniels had a failed experiment in Denver as a head coach.
People forget that Tim Tebow year was Josh McDaniels. Demaryius Thomas.
I know. I was Mike. Who did I tell you that? Was I was talking to you or my brother about that? I said, yeah, McDaniels was actually the head coach of Denver when they had Tebow. That whole season with Tebow when they made the playoffs.
Again, I think it was Denver outside of getting Peyton Manning been good since Josh McDaniels? No. The answer is no. You don't even have to think about it. So again, is that a head coach? Is that
outside of getting Peyton Manning, they won a Super Bowl.
No, with Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But they still won a Super Bowl.
Out of it. Take that era out of it. Have they been good since Josh McDaniels has been there?
No.
I'll answer that for you. No. So then
I just answered it for you. I said no.
You argue the Broncos have been a decent team. Broncos are actually a decent team this year.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they finished 8-8 the year.
Well, now Teddy, who knows how long Teddy's going to be out after that fucking thing he took?
Yeah.
They're on pace to be about that. So all I'm saying is, again, 2 seasons isn't enough for a player or a coach. But again, if you guys want them gone, I'm not here to argue you guys down to keep them. I'm just saying it's just too soon. Because if you had drafted a rookie quarterback and he looks bad in 2 years, that's what Josh Allen did.
Yeah, but what you got to do is though there's 2 ways to evaluate a head coach, right? How your team is doing. Number one, like how are they producing? Are they scoring runs? What are they doing? But also the culture around the team itself, the decisions that they're making, the fact that they had no fucking they had no discipline, where he's supposed to be highly touted as a disciplined coach. His team hasn't had discipline. He never had a rap. He never had a firm grip of his players or the locker room. And I think that's why, if you're not going to go by, if you think it's too soon to say that his coaching ability it shouldn't be evaluated because he's only been a coach for 2 years, fine. All right. Maybe the 21-6 score isn't his fault. But the fact that his team isn't disciplined and the fact that they're heading to be once again the laughingstock of the NFL, I'm sorry.
Laughing stock in the NFL.
And like I said,
and I'm gonna answer Robert's question by saying this. My standards, 2 years. Juwaan standard, 5.
For a head coach, it doesn't have to be 5. I'm just saying 2 seasons in, usually a head coach comes in from what's left of the year before. That's what his first year was.
Do you remember when we had Ben McAdoo?
Let him finish really quick. Go ahead.
I just count this year as his first year, and it's rocky, yes. But you said it. You had numerous injuries. Your offensive line isn't much to sneeze at. Your defense has been playing better.
That's Gettleman's fault.
If by next year, this team looks exactly the same, that'll been 3 years. And if you say he needs to be gone by then, I'll accept that. I'm just saying usually I can't say you just moved in. You know what I'm saying? Everything here isn't yours. This is horrible. And it's like, well, bro, I just got here. Let me build my own stuff up. So that's what this year was. This year has been riddled with injuries. Offensive line isn't anything. So I'm saying if next year, if he stays one more year and the team looks exactly the same, everyone's healthy and they look exactly the same as this year.
And here's a prediction: it's going to be the same as this year.
The team isn't, but the thing is, the team doesn't look the same. The team actually, and you can argue that there were winnable games. I've said this already. I think there were a lot of winnable games in the beginning of the season, right? But the fact of the matter is, they have a worse record than they did last year. They're probably going to have a worse. They're definitely going to. I think they're going to finish with a worse record, with an extra game. You know, I just feel like they're heading in the wrong direction. There's no. All right, look. We finished 6-10 last year. Hey, guess what? We finished 8-9 this year. We just missed the playoffs. Or there's promise here, there's promise there. There is no promise. That's why I think you should go.
But the promise is the fact that you haven't been healthy and your offensive line is shit. You could turn the offensive line around, and if your guys can stay healthy, you can produce a better football team next year is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to give you this.
Yeah.
The last 5 seasons since 2017.
Yeah.
The New York Jets have the worst winning total, 21.
Okay.
21 wins from 2017 to right now today.
Okay.
You know how many wins the Giants got?
22.
22.
Yeah.
We are 1 game ahead of being the worst team. The fucking Detroit Lions have 25.
But to be fair, if we're being fair, since Eli has been drafted, you've only had two seasons to actually fall back on. Everything else is
Eli got drafted. Eli gave us 2 Super Bowls.
No, hear me. I'm saying outside of the 2 very good Super Bowls, you've been either mediocre or horrible.
Actually, that's incorrect. That is completely incorrect. We were the best team.
We've been to the playoffs.
Not only that, we were the best team
after the Super Bowl.
We were the best team in football the year after they won the Super Bowl. The only reason why we didn't win it all was because Plaxico shot himself in the fucking foot.
No, but did you even make the playoffs that year?
We were 12-4. We lost in the first round. We were the best team in football. We had the best offense. We had the best offense in football with Plaxico Burress.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Outside of 4 years.
No, actually more than that. We just only won 2 Super Bowls. You name me a franchise besides the New England Patriots that can say they won 2 Super Bowls.
Steelers.
No. But my point is, it's not an easy thing to do.
Current day.
In the last 25 years.
It's not an easy thing to do. They still won 2 Super Bowls.
Not counting the Patriots.
But it's not even that, though. Forget about the 2 Super Bowls. They still were going to the play. They still had, again, they were 12-4. Then they started to decline. So we've been in a decline probably since what, 2015?
No, you only went to the playoffs 4 years in that tenure. The 2 Super Bowls, the year you're talking about, and then the year Odell Beckham did the shirtless pick out in Miami. Outside of that,
that's 5.
Playoffs.
That's 5 then.
That's 4. What's the 5th? Which one am I missing? 2 Super Bowls, the year you're talking about. The Odell
2007, right?
Yeah.
They won the Super Bowl 08. 2008.
I don't think you won the playoffs that year after. It was 08. It was 07.
We were 12-4 in 08.
Yeah, I know. I said that. We were one of the best teams in football. We had the best offensive football in 2008. We lost to the Eagles in the first round.
Okay, so it was a Super Bowl, and it was that year.
09, we were 8-8. We won 500.
Right. Yeah, that was the decline.
And then 11 Super Bowl again.
2010, we were 10-6.
Right.
I think we made the playoffs that year.
These are all the years we made the playoffs. 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2011, 2016.
Okay, so 6. So I was 2 off. Okay, so I was 2 off. But yeah, like I said, outside of that, it's.
And 2005 was Eli's first year.
Yeah, and what's sad is you had one coach through literally all but maybe 2 of those years.
Coughlin did all the work. McAdoo was the only one. 2016 was McAdoo.
Tom Coughlin, McAdoo. There was one other one we had.
Shermer.
Pat Shermer. That was another thing too.
1 year.
That was the other thing too. Tom Coughlin. Once Tom Coughlin left, I feel like that's when the Giants started to take a dive. I really do. I think it was what
Because it was
he
all the finger pointing. It was all finger pointing after that. So it was Jerry Reese got let go, I think, first. Then they blamed it on Coughlin. Coughlin got let go. Then they were blaming Eli. Then Eli said, "Okay, I'll go."
Yeah. No, but look, again, the Giants as an organization, and I was telling Juwaan this in the text, and I can't remember what analyst said it. It was either ESPN or it was an article I read, and they said, and it wasn't a Giants fan, it wasn't a New York Giants, what do you call propaganda? It was basically saying when the New York Giants aren't good, it's not good for the NFL. I don't know what they meant by that, but
I don't understand that at all.
But there's something that brings not only merit, but I think probably revenue. They had to have meant it through revenue because the Giants are one of the bigger markets.
Yeah, I was gonna say if that's what he means, sure,
it's got to be revenue.
No one's. I don't think anyone. Football very much is a sport.
It all depends.
You don't have a team. You don't care who's in it.
I think it was the Giants and the Steelers. They said too. I think it was the Giants and Steelers family that they were focusing on more.
I guess because they're the oldest franchises, but I can tell you, the ratings hasn't missed a beat with either one of them not being good football teams.
Yeah.
Normally you go by this. I go by where Fox sends Buck and Aikman to. Now, Aikman, I think, would have rather been sitting in MetLife Stadium yesterday, being a Cowboy fanboy that he always is. When the Cowboys play, when he gets the game of the week with them, instead of going to Green Bay. I mean, Baltimore. So they were in Baltimore yesterday. That's the whole thing. If the Giants were a halfway decent team, they'll be getting more highlighted games.
Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. But really quick, I'm thinking we don't talk about the Giants. I don't even want to. Honestly, I didn't even want to bring them up. I watched the fourth quarter just because I wanted to see if they were going to start this kid. I wanted to see what the kid from Georgia was going to show us. But that's the only reason why.
And 6 for 12 going 84 yards. I think this kid should start this week.
We'll see.
He should get a chance Sunday and start.
We'll see what happens.
But knowing Dopey, he'll probably put him on the bench and let Glennon throw another 20 fucking interceptions. I'm done talking about this team. I'm done.
What do you got? What happened to my scores?
What
happened to my fucking scores? What did I do? What do you got for game of the week, Juwaan?
I'm gonna go Packers Ravens.
God damn it!
I mean, I don't have to. I thought you were gonna go with the obvious one. So let me take that back.
What was the obvious?
The obvious would have been Chargers Chiefs.
That's
why I went with
probably yeah.
Yeah,
I can see that.
No, I would have. No, I would have. I was gonna pick that one, but then when I saw Packers, or when I watched the Packer game yesterday, it was. I couldn't believe it. It was a really fucking good game.
All right, so I'll go. Joe, were you gonna go Chiefs Chargers? Because I actually have a sleeper for my game of the week, so I can go another one if you wanted to get Chargers.
Honestly, we don't even need to do it that way. If that was your pick, that's your pick.
That's your pick.
Okay. I mean, look, I'll gladly go with Steelers Titans, because one thing I've always learned is as a wide receiver, you are taught situational football. As any skilled position, you are taught situational football. So if you know you need a first down, right, to continue to drive to win the game, why the fuck wouldn't you extend your arm to get the first down? Why would you just assume your body is all you need to just get through to get that first down? You have to know that the defender knows you need the first down. That's where I'm going to hit you. I'm going to hit you in your body.
Are you talking about the 4th and 6 play?
Yeah.
Let's I don't know if either of you caught this though, which I think was it's so bizarre. Now he was clearly, I'm not arguing the fact he was clearly stopped short, 100%. But then they measure it, right? They showed it on TV. They measure the spot. He was given a very generous spot.
Very generous.
They measure it. The chains come out. By the way the chains were shown, They gave him the first down, but they still called him short.
No, when they extended it, he was about like this much off. Even about this much off, because they were saying even putting it there was generous. It should have been back.
No, it should have been back by a yard.
Right.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But it was still about this short.
It looked like the tip of the football past the thing. That was why it was so weird. And even Vrabel was like looking at it, he's like, how is that short? Look, it's passing the line, but he shouldn't have gotten it anyway. I'm glad he didn't. He was short.
Yeah, he was 100% short.
Yeah, but I just felt that I just thought that was weird. I was like, wait a minute, look at the way they why did they measure this? He was definitely short.
You extend the football. Now, some may say he wasn't able to get the ball out because Joe Hayden attacked him right at his core and was kind of holding him down.
Yeah.
Not a problem. My problem is when you caught the fucking ball, you extend. So if he tries to knock it out or whatever, maybe they call it forward progression. There's so many different things that can happen. So I'm like, for you to feel confident enough, I got my body across. Nah, son, that's not how football works. That's just not how it works. Me as a defender, I see that. I see you need it. I'm stopping you short, and I'm getting where I need to be. So, again, that was another game as to where I say it told me nothing. Because you look at Steelers and you go, well, they should be better than they are. And then you watch their games and you're like, well, no. And then you look at the Titans and you're like, well, you're exactly where you should be. But then someone will make the excuse, well, they don't have their running back. They don't have A.J. Brown. And I always say that's never an excuse. Go win the game. You had that game. You had it, and you lost it. Simple as that. So I commend the Steelers and Mike Tomlin, who was blowing the cameraman a kiss after they won the game. Good touch on that, Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
But if you're the Titans, that's a game.
Mike Tomlin actually watched last week's episode where Juwaan said that he should resign as our head coach, and told Juwaan, here's my middle finger. I'm going fucking nowhere.
I'll take it. I'll 100% take it because the way the Steelers have been playing, that team is so confusing. They could be.
I'll tell you one thing. Hey, if you want Mike Tomlin to resign or get fired, I'll be more than happy for him to stand on my sideline next year.
I would love the Giants to have Tomlin. Are you kidding me?
Okay. And like I said, 2 years in, I don't want to hear nothing about what the fuck is he doing out here.
You guys think TJ is going to break Strahan's record? I mean, he does have an extra game to do it too.
Well, then there should be an asterisk after it.
No. Tannehill sucks.
Go back to Miami.
Hold on. I could have sworn I said that weeks ago. You guys kept saying, no. I'm sorry. It was Carson Wentz. I said that.
Yeah, it was Carson Wentz. Yeah.
It was Carson Wentz.
No, you said Tannehill
needs to win in the playoffs.
Without Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill is nothing.
No, but you know what though? Give credit to the Steelers defense as well, though.
Yeah, I won't say that. I won't say that without Derrick Henry, he's nothing. I'll just say because again, they had that game.
But they also, without Julio Jones, who else was out of that game?
I think they might have had one more player out. But again, I don't put it as that. I put it more so as Ryan Tannehill is, you know what I compare him to? He's Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, everyone thought was just a game manager, right? But Joe Flacco could tear the roof off at any given point.
And win a Super Bowl.
Could turn into Joe Fluco at any fucking point. I don't understand. Why are you so bad? That's what I compare Ryan Tannehill to where he could throw that football. And then all of a sudden you're just like, wait, I don't understand. Why are you so bad today? Like
it was really bad. Yeah. And the turnovers hurt them more than anything because it seemed like in the beginning of the game they were able to move the ball and whatever, and then all of a sudden second half the Steelers like, oh, we know how to play defense now. But all right, so Mike, you're going with what'd you say, the Packers and Ravens?
I'm gonna go with Packers and Ravens, and I am advocating right now. Whoever the GM of the New York Giants are going to be next year, I want 3 number 3s and 1 4th-round pick for Tyler fucking Huntley.
Yeah, he's a big Huntley fan.
Let me tell you, this kid, look, I know we're probably going to end up with a Matt Castle or a Matt Flynn type situation probably, but this kid yesterday and the week before, he put on a video resume to show every fucking team that he is a damn good fucking quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Hold on. I want to see what he passed for.
Yeah, because they're only showing you his rushing in the box score because he ran for 73 yards with 2 touchdowns. What did he pass? 28 for 40, 215. He did throw 2 touchdowns. So he ran for 2 and threw for 2. So I mean, that's impressive. 4 touchdowns total. Just
And Lamar Jackson wishes he could throw 215 yards in his sleep. But this guy, I mean, but I love the comparison. You know, I hate him.
I think Lamar can throw for 215, dude.
Lamar is 100% throwing for
the week before he
300
threw for 270, Huntley. So so Lamar can't throw for 270.
He could throw for 280.
But the way that Troy Aikman explained him, as he's basically like Lamar.
Yeah.
Because he has the running skill, but goddamn, he has a damn good arm too.
Lamar shows off a showcase of it. I don't know how accurate the arm is, but Lamar's got a decent arm too, dude.
Got an arm.
And who is it? Who is that? Mark Andrews, the tight end?
Yeah.
My God, he's fucking amazing.
Andrews is great.
Andrews, because him and both Mark Andrews and Hunter Henry are making their case for best tight ends in the league this season.
Mark Andrews is great.
I think some guy in Kansas City has an argument with that one.
I think Kelsey's honestly. I think Kelsey's overrated.
On Thursday.
I know he had a big game against the Chargers. He almost 200 yards. I honestly, man, I love Kelsey, but he turns the ball over. I don't know.
Travis Kelce, everyone knows this. Travis Kelce is soft. You get aggressive with Travis Kelce, he is not the same throughout the game.
Yeah,
he's just not. Yeah.
The Bucs proved that in the Super Bowl.
No, but all serious aside, I mean, Tyler Huntley is putting on a video resume right now for him to be for him to be picked up, and I just hope he doesn't end up like a Matt Castle, because I think this kid has a future. But also, you know, there is that thing where, oh, well, Matt Flynn threw for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns in that game in Green Bay. You know, when they sat out Rodgers that one game, and then he ended up becoming like a flop.
Is Huntley a rookie?
I think he's been around.
No, I've never heard of him before.
That's what I'm saying. I can't imagine he's been around.
Hold on.
Maybe a year tops.
If that.
I'll let you know right now.
And the only reason I ask is
he's 2 years experience. He came out. He got drafted out of Utah.
Okay.
So
he's only 23.
He looked up his contract, and the only reason I said that was, if I'm the Ravens, there's no way I let him go. No way. He hasn't done enough to warrant someone paying him an absorbent amount of money.
You just went head-to-head with the best in the game, and you almost beat him because you didn't convert to 2-point conversion.
Any head coach worth a damn won't see that and say, I will outpay the Ravens to get him.
Are you let's talk about that really quick now. Let's focus on that really quick, because this is the second time in 3 weeks that Harbaugh has gone for it. Gone for the 2 instead of whatever. Now, obviously, the first time he did it, his argument was that his corners were depleted. He just felt defensive-wise they weren't going to be able to make the stop. You got the best field goal kicker in it wasn't a field goal, it was an extra point, but you got the best kicker in the league. What's the thought process here? What is, like, I get it. You want to beat the best. You don't want to give Rodgers, even with 41 seconds left, you don't want to give more. You don't want to lose the game in overtime. But why are you what is, and Harbaugh's not the only coach to do this. This is a growing thing. 4th and goal, going for it. He actually went for it in 4th and goal earlier in the game, and he didn't get the 3 points for it. And that ended up, might even be another reason why they lost.
Yeah.
I'm 100% with going.
I would have went for the extra point just to go in.
You lost a place in the division because of that call.
I wouldn't have. And again, I always view sports as very simple. We're only talking about it because they failed it. If he hit it, no one's talking about, oh, bro, I wouldn't have done that. We would be applauding him of nailing it. It's just that the play didn't work.
I think I still would have talked about it, even if he would have hit it or not. You got to bring that up because that's just a ballsy play. It is. It's balls.
I think you're gonna see it more in the NFL because people don't want to leave the game up to their kickers. Now, warranted, Baltimore has the best kicker.
Best kicker in the NFL.
But still, I'm looking more so at I don't want to have to go into overtime.
Here's my thing.
to play for.
Here's my thing. Don't worry about who the other team has in Aaron Rodgers. Don't worry about what's going to happen. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. Just play the fucking game. And the game calls for an extra point to tie the game. You have a chance to tie the game. The Bills did it earlier in the.
But in reverse, though, Andy Reid did the same exact thing Thursday night. Kelsey scores a touchdown, and then they kick the extra point to tie the game to go into OT.
100%. All I'm saying.
Why didn't Andy Reid go for the 2 points then? Just
because Andy Reid's a smarter coach. That's why.
There you go.
What? No, Andy Reid went for it because you have all the faith in the world that regardless of what happens, you have Patrick Mahomes. If you're Harbaugh, you're saying I have a chance to win it right here, right now
against a young quarterback and a team that had some momentum in the Chargers. The Chiefs only won that game. First of all, the Chiefs only won that game because of a coin toss.
Well, I'm sorry. Are we still talking about the same Chargers that were up in that game and allowed?
I get it. I get it. But I get it. But it was still a close game. But it was the right call. Andy Reid made the right call.
So let me ask you this: is it still the right call if he goes for the kick and they miss it, or it gets blocked?
Yes.
But you got the best kicker in football, who's like 99.9%.
No, but that's
accurate.
Football. And extra points.
What I'm saying is, you keep saying that's football. Football is me scoring. Doesn't matter how I score, the field goal or the 2 points.
Well, no, football 2-point conversion. It was just adopted. Less than 10 years ago. So it
doesn't make it not football.
I'm saying it's a pretty young incepted thought.
It's a college thing, though. It was done in college first, and then
it was just to give the game more flair because they're losing ratings.
If you have faith in your quarterback to go for it, you go for it. The kid was hot. Andrews was hot. It just
if the kid is hot, why wouldn't you take that? Look, I know there was 41 seconds left, and yes. And it is Aaron Rodgers.
All you needed was a field goal to win. I get it.
I know that. So Rodgers could, in 2 passes, get him into field goal range. I mean, it wasn't too hard.
He literally did it this season. Against the 49ers. He did it. He threw 2 passes, 2 Devontae Adams bombs, got a field goal, won.
But then this kid gave you 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden you want to go for 2 instead of 1 and put it on his back in overtime.
Because
then you're showing faith. All of a sudden you lost faith in the kid.
But what if he doesn't get the ball?
What? I didn't hear you say.
What if he doesn't get the ball? What if Aaron Rodgers wins?
No, you're right. You're right. There's always that.
You got to do the coin flip and everything. Okay, but you know what? You're getting in, but Juwaan, now you're getting into semantics.
What about the play call though? All right. What about the play call itself? What about the fact that they had him roll out and throw to Andrews?
If you want to talk about that, that's perfect. If you want to talk about a flawed play of a 2-point conversion, no arguments here.
If you want to go for 2, fine.
Going for it, I'm always for that.
I'm not saying I'm against it. I like sometimes head coaches taking ball, just saying, you know what, fuck it. I want to win right here. There's 41 seconds left. Aaron Rodgers is a beast. They only need a field goal to win the game with 41 seconds. So all you have to do is just get. But the other thing is too, and this is what I was thinking, Mason Crosby. Have you guys seen how bad Mason Crosby's been this year?
Yep.
I would have put it totally on Mason Crosby's fucking. Sure, let Mason Crosby try to attempt that fucking game-winning field goal. We got Justin Tuck.
I have a chance to possibly win this game.
But you put the 2-point conversion, you put the game on a young kid's shoulders who still made a great throw. What
are we saying here? We just applauded Harbaugh for putting it on the shoulders to get to that point. Now we're saying don't do it for the 2-point conversion?
No.
That doesn't make any sense. that doesn't make any sense. I will forever support going for the throat. If you think you have it, you stomp his throat out. If you think you have it, I will always support it, no matter what. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's football. It happens.
I don't know.
Bill went for a field goal when people said on 4th and 7, you go for it. He went for a field goal, still lost the damn game.
Well,
like you said, it's football. It happens.
He made two gutsy calls. I said it wasn't just the extra point. He also went for it in 4th and goal. And like I said, those two play calls, those 2 choices, basically are the difference between you leading your division and you looking in from the outside now. And that's what you had. That's the thing that you should have had on your mind is, look, I have a chance to tie the game and possibly give my quarterback and my team a chance to win the game in overtime, or I can go for it all here and gamble and lose the division.
And I get what you're saying, but everything you're saying, it still is vetoed because, all right, I go for the field goal. Aaron Rodgers either drives it down, kicks the field goal, or they kneel it. We go to overtime. He gets the ball first, drives it down, and gets a touchdown. I still am out my division.
But here's the other thing you guys are also forgetting too. Even if he gets that 2-point conversion, they're only up by 1. You're still giving Aaron Rodgers the ball back.
Yes, 100%.
40 seconds.
100%. So
that's what I'm saying. We're not 40. I mean, it actually depends on what the kicker.
He wouldn't have gotten 40. Yeah, no, he wouldn't have gotten. He wouldn't have gotten it with 47 seconds. It would have had with 30-something seconds, 30 and change left.
All depends on the kickoff, whether or not it went into the end zone or if the guy decides to run it out. So, I mean, if he would have ran it out, then you're probably looking at like 35, 30 seconds left on the clock.
I'm just saying,
Aaron Rodgers with 30 seconds, he can get 2 passes downfield in those 30 seconds.
Wait, Robert saying, look how long the Cowboys were always 8-8 before the change. When do you make the change? Which change? The head coach?
Well,
Robert,
the Cowboys, look, that was a different type of situation. That was Jerry Jones's love for Jason Garrett, because Jason Garrett should have been fired 3 seasons prior to that, to when he was fired. But he had this love and admiration for Jason Garrett, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, he's like a second son to me. And
don't forget the love affair he had with Tony Romo as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Tony
Romo, probably one of the best NFL commentators in the game right now, but just was not good at the center. I'm sorry. No. Just ask December how Tony Romo was. All right. Well, since you guys picked that, I'm going to go with, and it's not because of the reason you guys think, I'm going to go with the Colts and Patriots game, only because, I mean, the final score was 27-17, right? But Patriots started a mountain of comeback. Mac Jones, as a young quarterback, didn't get as flustered as you would think with some of the mistakes he made, right? But at the same time, they narrowly came back. If it wasn't for a late fourth quarter touchdown to put the game away. But that was actually a pretty good game. And my brother even said it. I know most of the time.
Wasn't it Jonathan Thomas who ran that fucking crazy ass run back for the that crazy run for the touchdown?
What happened?
Wasn't that Jonathan Thomas?
Taylor.
Taylor. Yeah, Taylor had another monster.
Wait, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Okay, home improvement. Very good.
JTT. Taylor. 170 yards, a touchdown on the ground. I mean, he is making a case. And again, I know it normally goes towards quarterbacks, the MVP, but he is clearly the MVP of the Indianapolis Colts, Jonathan Taylor.
I think your brother's right, though. I think he might win MVP this year as a shock.
We'll see.
That would be despicable if he does. That would be 100% despicable.
Well, after what happened yesterday with somebody in Tampa.
Yeah,
but that's not who who my MVP pick is. It's been the same since September.
I forgot.
Aaron Rodgers.
He's not going to get it.
He's not going to get it.
They're not going to give it to him. They're going to spite him. That's it.
But it's not fair though. It really isn't fair because it should go based on your on-field performance.
Not what your antics were off the field.
Exactly.
Aaron Rodgers, 100% is this season's MVP.
I can't disagree.
I'll be happy for the guy if he becomes MVP this year again, back to back.
Yeah,
I love Aaron Rodgers, but if he doesn't win it, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't win it either.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Mike, but I'm also with you, Juwaan. I think Aaron Rodgers, if you look at his numbers, he's definitely up there numbers wise, and I really do.
Best record in the NFL.
Giants are great on my
Giants were great on my Madden too. Eli,
who doesn't make the Giants great on their Madden?
Fucking year. I think not about full power and most experience, but
I think
full speed.
I think surprise of the week is probably easier pickings than games of the week, even though we had a few good ones, but we've had several surprises.
Remember, three games were taken off the schedule and now being played today and tomorrow. So.
That's another thing too. Yeah, I know we are missing a few games that we called. All right, Mike, I'll start with you this time. What's your surprise of the week?
I was going to go with the obvious, but after what I saw last night, fucking New Orleans Saints owns Tom Brady.
Yeah, 9-0. I mean, first of all, that's just a horrible.
First of all, 3 field goals. I mean, my God. I'm watching this, and I actually shut it off at halftime. It wasn't because it was like, oh, I wanted to see them come back. I was bored. This game was disgusting.
Yeah, it was a boring game. I watched the last few minutes of it just because I wanted to see what would happen, but it was bad. It was bad. Look, Brady said they were bad on all counts. He didn't use the fact that he lost 3 offensive players as an excuse, and nor should he. They just didn't play well. And the Saints, the defense, Cam Jordan.
I mean, give it to the Saints defense. I mean,
yeah. But the other thing is too, with the Saints, it's again, it's the case of the Jekyll and Hyde. You don't know which team they're going to have. They play this well. They play this well a couple of times against hard teams and won. And then they lose these games that you like, they're head scratchers. But this game, credit the defense and what the head coach drew up for the game plan.
Yeah. Well, Sean Payton was out. He had COVID, so he was
right. That's why I said head coach. I didn't know who was taking over for him.
Yeah. I forgot the guy's name, but he was no, it was a well played game by New Orleans, and it just goes to show you, if they have the right quarterback, Mr. Wilson coming over probably next year from Seattle.
That's a possibility.
They're going to be a fucking problem next year for Tom if they get Russell over there.
Yeah, I agree. Juwaan, who you got for surprise of the week?
What? Is he a free agent?
No, but he's going to be traded to the Saints.
Why would you do that if you're the Seahawks? Why would you trade him into the NFC?
Well, the NFC. We were talking about the Giants.
Giants. Well, there's only 3 teams he's willing to go to, and I think all 3 teams are NFC teams.
Yeah, all teams.
No, I'm sorry. Giants,
Broncos?
Saints, and Broncos. So one is an AFC team.
I think Broncos, if they don't get Aaron Rodgers. Juwaan, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying, I think I was under the impression he was a free agent, because I tell you this, if I'm the Seahawks and an NFC team wants Russell Wilson, you'd have to give me the farm,
they said that.
Then buy another farm, give me that farm, and then another one, and then that's enough for me.
That's why I was saying a few weeks ago that, or maybe 2 weeks ago, I don't think it was that far back, that I don't know if the Giants should give that much up for Russell Wilson.
That's why I said they should take more of a chance on Tyler Huntley than they should on Russell Wilson.
Juwaan, what do you got for surprise of the week?
Surprise of the week, I'm going to go.
Your Patriots?
No, because a lot of that did and did not surprise me. You know what? Yes, because I just want to talk more about that. Yes, that is my surprise of the week, mainly because that game literally told me nothing about either team. Nothing about either team. Carson Wentz was fucking horrible. But
it was bad.
Good because Jonathan Taylor was good.
Yep.
It was mistakes that New England does not make. It wasn't anything necessarily. I'm again not taking any credit away from the Colts. We lost. But there were a lot of just boneheaded mistakes the Patriots were making that had nothing to do with Indianapolis. Offsides. I'll never understand how you practice your own snap count and you move offsides. Who did you hear? I said nothing. I said nothing. Who did you hear that you moved? I'll literally never understand that. I'm also with Bill Belichick, again, not making excuses, but I don't understand how you see the hit on Nelson Aguilar and the hit on N'Keal Harry and not think they're helmet to helmet and call that. No problem. But this is one of those games to where they were tired of being our child and they wanted to show out. But this is 100% a matchup that if we see again in the playoffs, it will have a different outcome than it did. So I am surprised that the Colts could muster up that 27 to beat New England. But I'm more surprised that New England just completely destroyed themselves. Getting a blocked punt? They're the only team with 3 blocked punts this year. No one else has more than 1. You know how disgusting that is? Your blocking is terrible. 3? No one has more than 1? I don't know. That doesn't sound like a Bill Belichick team to me. So I'll see how they respond to that with the Bills. But this was a surprise, like I said, because Carson Wentz, that was who I was afraid of. I'm like, damn, he's probably gonna come out, go for 300 yards, a few touchdowns, and I just kept watching him each possession. I'm like, I don't see what you guys see in Carson Wentz. I don't. I really don't. I really don't. If they could have stopped the run, I don't think he had it in him to win that game. I really don't.
No, Carson Wentz it was a bad game. It was a really bad game. I'm not, there's no other way to say it. What did you have? 57 yards. 57 yards.
And Mac Jones was one away from 300 on that defense.
Some wide receivers have more yards than that. Throwing.
Yes.
So, yeah, no, look, the Patriots, passing-wise, were able to stop Wentz. But then again, they only had 12 attempts. So that was never their game plan. They basically, what they said was, we're going to pretty much do, although he had way more attempts than Jones did in that game, we're going to do what Belichick did against the Bills. We're going to just run the ball down their throat.
But here's the crazy thing. The running wasn't even that effective till late because the game was stupid close until he blew the doors open. So to me, it was just the idea of, again, just beating yourself if you're New England. That will be resolved. Bill does not often have his team.
No, they took an early lead. They were up 20-0 going in the fourth quarter. It was never close.
I thought it was up 17-0.
Nope, 20-0.
Okay. Well, that fourth quarter, it was 17-20.
Because the Patriots came back and made it 17-20, and then that final touchdown.
Oh no! You know what I'm thinking of? It wasn't 20-0. I think it was 23. Because I think they had a chance to score before halftime. Or I'm thinking maybe the third quarter, and they got that offsides where they had to settle for the field goal instead of going for the touchdown.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Which everyone kept saying, well, Bill, go for it on 4th and 7. And it's like, go for it. Have y'all not watched the whole first half? Like, what? This field goal. But yeah. This will be a matchup I will very much look forward to seeing again come postseason.
All right. Well, if you guys aren't going to pick it, I'm going to go. I'm going to go with pretty much the obvious. I mean, but I also told Mike, my brother Mike, I think the Cardinals for the rest of the season, I think they might. I don't think they're even going to win the division. To be honest with you, they're definitely going to make the playoffs. I mean, they're 10-4.
If the Rams win tomorrow over the Seahawks,
yeah.
I think with the tiebreaker, I think the Rams do get first place in the West.
Yeah, the Rams beat the Cardinals.
And here's the funny thing. And for some reason, I think our team should announce anything right away. But last week, prior to the game that they lost last week, they announced that tickets were going on sale for the playoffs.
Okay.
In in State Farm Stadium here in Glendale.
Right.
I think that's like a jinx when you announce that your tickets are going on sale and you haven't clinched your division yet.
But losing D-Hop for the remaining of the regular season does hurt. But
I heard they were supposed to talk to Larry Fitzgerald and see if he want, because he didn't officially retire.
Right. No, I know.
Playing.
I know. But who knows? But yeah, the Lions, a 2-10 team at that point, came in, did their business, won convincingly by 18 points, 30-12. I mean, it wasn't just by a field goal. It wasn't by whatever. Like the Cardinals got their asses handed to them. And in doing that, I did want to give a little tribute and also show off my brand new Detroit Lions hat. There you go. Detroit 2-11. But yeah, so I think that's the surprise of the week by far. The Lions beating.
Yeah, but I mean, there was the obvious, but after last night though, I was like,
No, I would have went with that either. Especially if the Lions and Cardinals game never happened, I would have definitely gone that. Not that the Saints have surprised a couple of times this year, but it's not necessarily because the Saints won. It was just how the game was ugly. It was a 9-0 victory, but to shut out Brady and that offense, I think one of the highest scoring offenses in the league, if not the highest scoring offense. It's shocking.
I tell you what, Todd Bowles asked for a raise after that game. I kept him to 9 points.
Yeah.
You couldn't get a touchdown and a field goal.
Fucking shit.
Really? I'm asking.
Unbelievable.
100%. 100%.
It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. But yeah. All right. Let's go with our week 15 picks. Now I do want to. I am a little excited. I'm a little happy because now obviously there were a few games that weren't played, but I did pretty well with picks. Other than what we all picked as we thought we were going to be unanimous, like the Chiefs, which ended up winning, but we all picked the Bucs, which we thought were going to win. Obviously, we lost that. There was one other one we all went.
I picked the Chiefs.
We did. We went all in on another one. That
Arizona, I think.
Yeah, and Cardinals. So, with the exception of that, I a couple of things I did. I picked the Colts. I went with this. Well, we all went with the Steelers. I went with the Bills, which they beat the Panthers. Who else?
Juwaan picked the Giants. He should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah, don't get the Giants.
Juwaan picked the
Jaguars too. What was the other? Oh, and I'm the only one that went with the Dolphins.
That game, though, we could have taken this. Come on, we could have.
I was the only one that went with the Dolphins. I can't believe you guys have faith in the Jets.
Well, for a minute, they actually looked like they were going to win the fucking game.
That game.
Yeah, no, it was. It's funny because I was actually going to pick that game as game of the week. It's not, and I'm not even joking. But I was just like, no, I don't even want to talk about the Jets. Fuck them. All right. Let's start with Thursday's game. You ready? The 49ers at Titans. 49ers had a big win yesterday. 49ers are staying alive. 49ers could, I think at the moment right now, they got the wild card, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if they continue to win out, they got, they control their own destiny. They can make the playoffs, and rightfully so. They're playing pretty good. And now obviously they're playing a Titans team that just came off, I don't know, disappointment. What do you think?
I'm going. Wait, who you say plays the Titans? What?
49ers.
49ers. I'm going 49ers because I need the Titans to lose.
I'm going 49ers because I think they're turning things around. And I know I picked them not this week, but the previous week as well, and they disappointed me. Mm-hmm. I thought they would win, but I think the 49ers are playing a lot better, and that Titans team, they can't. Tannehill and company, especially without Derrick Henry, cannot play that way if they want to beat a 49ers team. Granted, they're going to be playing at home, but I think that 49ers offense with Kittle, is Kittle healthy before I say anything?
Yeah, Kittle's healthy.
Yeah, he almost had 100 yards yesterday.
And Debo and them, I think 49ers take care of business. Who you got, Mike?
49ers, I'll take the points, 3.5.
All right. 2 Christmas games. We got Browns at Packers, the first one at 4:30. I'm going Packers. Browns got a lot to prove. Browns have to play. The Browns need to win.
Oh, well, here's the problem.
Is Juwaan to give it? Juwaan, did you get the pick for Thursday's game?
Yeah, he said 49ers because he needs the Titans to lose.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What were you saying about the Browns?
That game won't matter for the Browns because they just announced that Baker Mayfield and the backup won't pass COVID protocols to play tonight. So
they won't. Okay.
Playing against the Raiders.
So who's their quarterback?
Who's playing?
Know who the third string is. They're playing the Raiders though.
Yeah, they're playing the Raiders. Yeah.
So when the Browns lose this game, it just won't matter much.
Right. They're going to go into that game 7-7 then. I agree with you.
Really
but they still, but I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
They have a shot.
Yeah.
But that whole division, they do not.
But not against the Packers in Lambeau, I don't think.
No. So
we all going Pack?
Yes. Especially if Jair Alexander comes back. Especially if he comes back.
Madon. So we're all going Pack, right?
Green Bay with the 7.5 is safe, yeah.
7.5, that's it?
That's early spread.
That's what she said. Colts at Cardinals. We were just talking about the Cardinals. Are they going in the opposite direction? Colts just had a huge win against the New England Patriots. They need to keep their playoff hopes alive as well. I mean, not hopes. They're playing in the playoffs. But what do you? I like the way that defense handled the Patriots, and I like Jonathan Taylor. And that Cardinals team just lost to the Lions. But they're going to lose back-to-back games like this? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think
more like back to back to back. Didn't they lose
Yeah,
the
that's
week
true.
prior?
Was it the Rams? Wasn't it the Rams?
Yeah.
well, I think of it like this.
Rams are a good team, though.
Mac Jones threw for 300 yards and
Yeah.
came within an inch of winning that game. Do I think Kyler Murray can throw for 300 yards on that defense? 100%.
Yeah, but who's he going to throw to?
He'll make something work. I mean,
He'll make
Mac
something work.
Jones literally in that entire game threw to Hunter Henry, it seems like every play. Every play.
Is Zach Ertz healthy, or because I don't think he played this week, did he? Ertz?
Is who?
Zach Ertz.
I don't know. A lot of that game didn't make sense. You would assume their whole defense didn't play this week. The defense just took off.
Yeah.
Look, I'll say this. I need the Colts to lose. So again, I'm going Cardinals.
I'm gonna go Colts, Mike. What about you?
I think the Cardinals are falling off the rails. Give me Colts.
That's the only reason why I really could care less about this game, but I think that's what it is. I think the Cardinals are starting to crack a little bit, and yeah, look, if the Cardinals right their ship and they beat a good opponent in the Colts, and they go 11-4 because they need to do this because, like you said, if the Rams win tonight, was it tonight or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Okay. Who's got the Monday night game then?
Oh, Browns and Raiders,
and then
right?
Minnesota and Chicago.
Okay.
Is the
All right.
night game.
Okay.
So if like you said, if the Rams win, right, they got the division at that point. So yeah, the Cardinals need to win, but I'm gonna go with the Colts. All right, 1 o'clock game, Giants at Eagles. Does it matter? I'm going Eagles.
Giants.
Only because if Glennon's starting,
Can I get a caveat?
Sure, of course you can.
I'll take the Eagles only if Glennon is starting. If it's from, I want the Giants. I think this kid's going to show something.
Can I make a bold prediction? Can I make a bold prediction?
Do it.
Glennon throws for 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And how many interceptions?
Won't matter.
It doesn't matter. The fact that he even said Glennon and 4 touchdowns in
that doesn't make that makes no sense either.
Yeah. And I want credit if he's even 1 short. If he throws 3, I still want credit.
If he throws 3 touchdowns, you will get your credit. Because I think it's more like 4 picks than anything. Okay. All right, so I'm going Eagles, whatever. All right, Rams at Vikings.
I get my caveat though, right, Joe?
Yeah, of course you did. Rams at Vikings. I'm going to go Rams, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings win this game.
I'm going caveat because I'm still not sure how many of the Rams players have been cleared from COVID protocol.
Right.
So that was big players. That was Jalen Ramsey, Odell Beckham, 2 other guys.
I thought Beckham cleared.
Did he? If he did, I didn't know.
I put Rams and I put your caveat as COVID.
Okay.
What do you got, Mike? You got Mini?
I'm going to take the Rams.
Yeah. All right. Again, Dalvin Cook, it's not going to be it's not going to be a cakewalk.
No, it's not going to be easy, but I think Stafford is going to be able to handle it.
Now, this game right here, it's not even worth talking about. You got the Bills at Patriots. I think this is is this even going to be televised? First of all, I think it should be, and even my brother said it, and I agree. I think it should be moved to primetime. I think this should be your Sunday night football game.
They should actually change this out with whatever shit they got.
Washington at Dallas. The fuck out of here.
They need to switch this game out.
Yeah. No, this needs to be your Sunday night football game.
I have no interest in waiting all day to see this game. I want this game immediately.
Well, then it wouldn't be a song then, Juwaan, waiting all day for Sunday night.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Carrie Underwood's all ready to sing.
And she's ready to show some skin.
I have no interest in her or waiting to see my team get this victory. So,
all right. So I'm going to go Bills here. I think the Bills they have a game plan going into this game.
2 for 2. That sounds like exactly what you said 2 weeks ago, Joe.
I think. Well, first of all, you take that monsoon away, they win that game easily. There's no way Mac Jones is going to outduel Josh Allen if he could throw the ball. I'm telling you that right now.
I'll tell you one thing.
So now weather is an excuse.
I'm getting this game tomorrow. I'm getting this game on my TV.
Josh Allen is going to show you. It's going to be like, let the real Josh Allen please stand up. Please stand up.
All right. So when he produces a goose egg again, I want you to wear it. I want you.
I'll wear it. I'll wear it. I'll wear my Bills hoodie. because to celebrate their win.
No.
Is there a nor'easter coming through Boston this
I hope
weekend?
there's no nor'easter coming in Boston because Boston's no better with weather. I'll tell you that.
Wait, you saying the Patriots aren't good in the weather?
No, I said as far as the weather goes, that northeast weather is just as unpredictable as up in Buffalo. So it's really hard. Is it going to be any snow or whatever? Either way, both teams know how to play. So I'm not gonna blame the weather. I'm only kidding. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go Bills. I think, or I'm hoping at least they're gonna make smarter play calls. Give Josh Allen a little bit more opportunities to do whatever he can do. Hopefully his ankle is okay. That's number one. And what was the guy's name? Was it White? Who was the guy that was out on the defense for the Bills in that game that they could have used? Yeah,
it was White, but he's out for the season.
Yeah, so that's going to be all right. So maybe the Patriots do win this game. Who knows? All right, who you got, Mike? It's up in the air.
You were so confident 5 seconds ago. Wear it, Joe. Don't teeter-totter. You wear that.
I'm going to wear. You know what? Here's my caveat. I'm going to pick the Bills, but if the Patriots win, that's my caveat. What do you guys got?
I'm going with the Pats.
All right. Bucks at Panthers. I mean, I don't know anymore. The Bucks lost to the fucking Saints.
If this was any other team than the Carolina Panthers right now, I will pick against Tom Brady. But
yeah,
give me the Bucks.
All right,
I want to actually start a GoFundMe to raise enough money for the NFL to remove Carolina from the NFL. I don't know what I saw against the Bills the other day. It's 4th and 1 with Cam Newton, and you throw a shuffle pass?
What was that?
Instead of run. This team is horrible against the run, and you don't utilize your 2-man wildcat run? You
Look at that. It's like Juwaan is now being very animated. He's coming in and he's zooming in and out of your picture, folks.
I needed the Bills to lose that game, so Sunday didn't matter, right? So I'm rooting for Cam. And besides, Cam owes me one for that fumble against the Bills last year when we should have won that game against the Bills. So I'm like, he's going to come out. He's going to win this game. When I see them throw a shuffle pass on 4th and 1 with Cam against one of the worst rushing defenses, I say, oh, you got to throw the whole franchise in the garbage. Not the players, everything. Everything has to go. Owners, cheerleaders, the kids in this, everything has to go for that organization. That is like that's stupid coaching. That's stupid coaching.
When Cam first came into the NFL, he was one of the most electrifying players in the NFL. I loved the whole Superman thing. I loved everything about Cam. Everybody loved Cam. Ever since that Super Bowl, I know you talk about overrated in Lamar, Mike, but I think Cam Newton is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL. I really do. He's proven that he can't win. He's proven that he can't win in the big stage. And
Cam disappeared. That's the whole thing, though. Cam left,
but I loved him. But what hurts me here is I never really cared for.
I mean, really, at the time when he was an MVP and he made the Super Bowl, he wasn't overrated. He was.
No, he was rated. He was perfectly. No, you're right. He was perfectly rated. He was when he. But
right
then
now, I mean,
that performance in the Super Bowl, though.
In New England,
oh my God!
Tom Brady with no idea what he had on the field, and they only brought him back to Carolina because they looked so goddamn shitty with Donald. They had to bring Cam back to put people in the stands because
how don't you use him?
Love Cam Newton.
I don't think that's the right term then, Joe, because no one since that Super Bowl has rated him as the top 10 quarterback. But I will say that year he got injured, he was having a phenomenal stretch before getting injured.
I remember.
I don't think he's overrated. I just think Cam Newton has fallen.
That's what I meant then. He's fallen. He's fallen.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think maybe overrated isn't
because I don't want to say overrated because like I said I like Cam Newton.
Why don't we just say this about Cam? His time has passed. At one time he was great. Now he's just
all right. Damn. But I'm with you though, Juwaan. Why they didn't utilize his skill to run, I don't get. And we can say that We can say that about a couple of quarterbacks and a couple of
Because
bonehead plays on short.
Regardless of that score, that game could have been a lot closer than it was. A lot closer than it was. That's all I'm saying. So yes, I want the Bucks, and I want the Bucks by 100.
All right. Well, this game is where I'm interested. This is what I'm game. This is the game I'm interested in. This is all right. If you don't want your Bills and Patriots game to be fucking prime time, this is the game I want. Jaguars at Jets. Who do you got?
The battle for #1 draft pick.
I want the Jaguars to win. I just really want the Jets just to suffer more than the Giants fans do. I want Jets fans to suffer. I want them to be. I want them to go 3-14. I just can't stand them. I never could.
What do you dislike so much about that? Shouldn't I be the one saying this?
Always hated the Jets. Always
hated the Jets. The Jets is one of the worst franchises in football.
I hate the Jets. I hate the Yankees. I hate the Knicks for no reason.
I'm with you on hating the Yankees.
I hate the Knicks.
You believe the Jets are 2.5-point favorite?
I do believe it. It's the Jaguars.
Well, they're home. They're home too. So that's basically a push.
I think the Jets are going to win. Look, the Jets almost beat the Dolphins, and the Dolphins are better than the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars are going to lose, and they probably want to lose. But I'm going for the Jaguars because I want them to win.
I don't know. If you're the Jaguars, I don't think you want to lose. There's a lot of cornerbacks.
You get another #1 draft pick.
You get a better pick.
Yeah, but again, I got to see, because a lot of people are talking about it could be a solid cornerback and quarterback draft coming up. So it's like, well, what are your needs if you're the Jaguars? Like,
well, not a quarterback.
That's what I'm saying.
So they said the quarterback. No, but the quarterback for the draft this next year is going to be pretty light. This was the year for quarterback.
You guys going Jets?
I'll go Jets.
Are you two going Jets?
I'm going Jags.
You're going to go Jaguars again, aren't you?
Oh, no. If you two are both going Jets, I would go Jags. But if you're going Jags, Joe, I'm going Jets.
Yeah, I think, again, I definitely think the Jets should be able to handle the Jaguars. I just can't stand them. All right, Lions and Falcons. I think the Lions ride high on their win against the Cardinals. I think
we're doing this again. We're going with momentum.
I think the Lions eat the Falcons for dinner.
I do not.
I'm going Lions. Goff?
Falcons.
Goff might win MVP this year.
He couldn't even win MVP the year he went to the Super Bowl.
Tell me about it. Mike, who you got? Bring me Thanos.
This game fucking sucks. All right. Well, they are in Atlanta, so I'll take home field. Give me the Falcons.
All right. Chargers at Texans. The Chargers need to handle business here. I mean, if they can just kiss their playoff hopes goodbye if they can't do so.
Who?
The Chargers have to beat the Texans. I mean, you lose to the Texans, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. So
if they lose to the Texans, I'm withdrawing my candidacy as their #1 cheerleader.
Rightfully so. Mike, who you got? Texans or Chargers?
Chargers.
Although
Davis Mills is really starting to impress me a little bit, but no, I gotta go with the Chargers. They gotta
now. This next one is a very big game because one team has control of the division right now, so it can be as simple as a win right now with the Ravens at Bengals. They're playing at home. What is it? They don't play well against their opponents. What is it?
No, they don't play well outside of their
outside of the division. So they handle the division well.
Yeah,
yes.
They've beaten the Steelers by a blowout. I think they beat the Ravens the first time.
Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think the Ravens take is Lamar still out?
Does it matter at this point?
No, that's right. With Huntley playing the way he is, you're right. And Burrow and the Bengals narrowly escaped, but again, a good Denver Broncos defense. But they're playing at home.
Well, Baltimore's got a good defense too. That's the whole thing.
I know. Look, Baltimore. Baltimore, in my eyes, should be 9-5. They could have been 9-5, and they could have beaten the best team in football. But they went for it. They chose to whatever. So I'll go. You know what? I don't normally like to pick with them, but I'll go Baltimore. I think
Juwan's beating up his laptop.
What do you got, Mike?
I mean, look, if Huntley's starting, I love it. I think they can win, but it's like Juwaan said, Cincinnati just has a thing with the AFC North where they just love to feast on them.
I know, and they're playing at home.
And they're home.
Yeah. I'm going to go Ravens, though. I think Ravens.
I mean, it's a pick 'em on the line because Cincinnati's 2.5-point favorite. That's basically just saying, okay, anybody can win.
Just need one of you to say which team you want.
I was just waiting for Mike to finish. You want
Give me
me
the
to
Bengals.
Finish.
Give me the Bengals. I mean, I know I'm praising Huntley, but Cincinnati. I mean, yeah.
No, you're taking Cincinnati at home, who plays the North, plays within the division well. So I get it. Of course. Yeah.
I'm going to team up with you, Joe. I'm going Ravens.
Okay.
You bastards.
Bears at Seahawks.
Oh, here's a nail biter.
Yeah.
The Seahawks play this week, right?
Yeah.
Like
tomorrow.
Well,
The Rams.
I hate picking this game.
And Chicago's playing tonight, so they're both going to be on short rest.
Yeah.
I'd so much rather wait until after I see them play, but you know what? Give me a wash on this. Seattle. I guess Seattle.
So wait, you want Seattle as a caveat only if they beat?
No, I wanted to not pick a team at all, but I know those aren't the rules. I'm gonna just go Seattle. I wanted to pick nothing. I don't trust either one of these teams, and I would have felt better if I could at least seen how they played. But unfortunately, one plays.
No, I agree, and that's what sucks. What especially when you got like the Monday night game. Oh, we haven't seen them play yet, but it is tough, and neither team has really shown us anything where you can say, oh, definitively, oh, they should be able to handle the Bears, or the Bears should be able to handle the Seahawks. At this point, I'm just going to go with what I like better, and I'm going to take Seattle at home. It's as simple as that. That's the only reason why I'm picking it.
I totally agree, Seattle.
All right, then I'm going to go Chicago.
Okay. Bears. Got it. I really changed your pick. Is that?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. You guys are all going Seattle. Yeah, I want to be different.
Steelers at Chiefs. I know. What are you saying? You're going to be like, oh, Chiefs going to Super Bowl. Chiefs are the best team in the AFC.
Nope.
That's
not true.
I'm going Steelers.
I need the Steelers to win, yes.
I'm going Steelers because I like what I'm seeing from this defense. I think they're playing inspired football. I don't want TJ Watt to break Strahan's record, but yeah, Steelers.
That's my motivation now, that he breaks the record against the Chiefs.
No, he's not going to.
Wait,
how many does he need?
Sacks he needs?
I think 5 or 6. What is Strahan's record? 21 or 22?
I thought it was 20.
Doesn't Strahan have like 22 and a half or something like that?
I thought it was 20.
No, hold on.
Come on, Joey, do your research.
I am. Shut up. Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
NFL sack record.
Come on.
22 and a half.
Oh, 22 and a half.
And how many does TJ have now?
17.
There's no way he's going to get 6 sacks.
He's getting 6 sacks. I'm speaking it into existence. Steelers by 2 touchdowns, and he gets his 6 sacks.
Just want to make sure that I'm right with 17. I know he got 17. I just want to make sure that that's what he finished with. Yeah, he's leading the 17 sacks this season. So he would need at least 6 sacks to break the record.
Yes, I'm going with that.
Okay. What do you guys? So you're picking Steelers, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mike, you're going Chiefs, obviously, right?
My homeboy's back, and he's gonna keep rolling.
Yeah, that offense is scary with the Chiefs.
Just like Limp Bizkit, just keep rolling.
But the other side of the ball, it's hard. Like that's why it's hard to pick the Steelers. Yeah, the defense is playing great, but the offense can't move the ball. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And the Kansas City defense lately is just Spagnola's got them playing on all cylinders right now.
They're playing on all 4s, Mike. Is that what you were going to?
I would say all 4 cylinders, but I think guys an 8-cylinder.
They're down on all 4s.
As an 8-cylinder going, baby.
Now here's another game that's hard to pick because the Raiders haven't played yet. But the Broncos at Raiders.
There will be no Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay.
Bridgewater's out, right?
Yeah, 100%. If Teddy Bridgewater walks on that field and hikes a football, The NFL should be sued for every time it has.
Now,
Mike, I got you
was
down
it a
for Raiders.
concussion or was it a neck thing? What happened in that?
I think it was both.
I was some fucking hit he took. I just didn't know how bad it was.
I think it was both. The fact that they said he was stable, I'm like, stable? Why wasn't he just okay? Like, just okay? What do you mean he was stable? When was he unstable? So I thought that was interesting.
Mike, you picking the Raiders or the Broncos?
I'm gonna go Raiders. I mean,
all right. I got all three.
They got
of us
no fucking
Raiders.
Quarterback after Bridgewater.
that.
Who the fuck? I mean, who is it? The Lock?
All right. Now you got the primetime game Sunday night, Washington at Dallas. I don't know. I don't think is Heineke still hurt?
I don't think so. Didn't he play?
Nope.
He didn't play.
No. Wait, Washington don't play until tomorrow.
Yeah, they play tomorrow, but I don't think Heineke's well.
I don't know what the deal is.
Well, then give me a mulligan then.
Mulligan. I'm going.
Well, actually, this is going to be a 1:00 game because we know the Bills and Patriots are going to be pushed up there.
I'm going Dallas.
It will not be pushed. Stop saying it's going to be pushed.
It's going to be pushed.
I'm going Dallas for the 1:00 game. What do you got?
I hate you guys so much. I don't want this game pushed. I want this game bright and early so I can get it over and done with.
Yeah, no, me too. I want this Dallas and Washington game to be. I want it 11:00 game, 11 a.m. I want them to play when I'm sleeping because I don't give a shit about this game.
Though, where the fuck is Al Michaels?
Mike, I got you down for Dallas. We're all picking Dallas?
No, if Heineke's playing, I want to go Washington.
All right, I'll put Washington with your asterisk.
Yeah.
Mike?
No, I got no fucking choice. And they looked bad yesterday against the Giants. I mean,
I know. It's hard to pick Dallas, but they are home and they are playing for.
They also just almost lost to Washington. Not 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
I wish I knew if Heineke was starting or not.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna go Dallas.
You know what? I want Dallas with the caveat.
All right, I'll put an asterisk next to all three of us. Okay. Dolphins at Saints Monday night, the last game of the week. How do you not pick the Saints after that game?
You know what? Tell you what. You move Dolphins Saints to Sunday night and Cowboys and Washington to Monday night and keep New England back at the 1:00.
No. Neither game should be in prime time.
No.
Although the Dolphins are still playing for something. And so the Saints are 7-7. They're still playing for playoffs too.
Yeah, the Dolphins looked horrible after beating New England week 1. After that game, they just said, you know what? We give up on this football thing. And then all of a sudden, let's just go win 7 games. You know what I'm saying? Or 6 games, rather.
6, yeah, they've won 6 in a row. That's why I'm gonna go Dolphins. I mean, they beat the Jets though, but barely. But I'm still gonna go Dolphins. It's hard to pick the Saints away. I mean, a home, but it's like Saints. They win one
fucking defense though. I mean, Miami's got a good defense, but
Cam Jordan
yesterday was a
boom
fucking beast on Brady the whole fucking game.
I'm going Saints. I don't need the Dolphins gaining confidence.
No, I just hate Tua. Saints.
All right. Done. It is in the books. So far we're all over 500. Our picks have been awesome. Like I don't even want to do the math. We're just all good. I think we're all tied. It's just amazing, our picks. We're right every week. All of us, even when we're not. All right, well, so that's our show. All right. Well, obviously we'll see what happens the next couple of days because we got some makeup games to do tomorrow. We got a Monday night game tonight. Thursday's game, what do you say? The 49ers, I forgot who they're playing, but who cares? It's gonna be look, where some teams are limping into the playoffs, some teams are getting hot at the right time, like the Chiefs. When I say some teams are limping into the playoffs, you got the Bucs are doing the opposite of what they did last year. They were gaining momentum and gaining health. They're starting to lose it, and I don't know how long Godwin's going to be out.
Well, they said the season.
He's out for the year?
Yeah, it's a sprained MCL, I think.
Yeah, he and I will say this once again. I'm not making excuses or whatever. I know it was a legal tackle, but to me, watching that highlight, and so did some people on Twitter as well, and not just fans. I'm talking about like analysts. It was a legal hit, but it was dirty. That was a dirty tackle on Godwin. That was too low. When you're going low,
said the same exact thing.
When you're going low on a player like that,
and he's a former wide receiver, so that's why he was even.
No argument here, but if they didn't call it in New England, I have no interest in hearing about it.
No, but that's the thing too. Be consistent as well. If you're gonna play, if you're gonna not go, But
that hit against N'Keal Harry and Nelson Aguilar, those were brutal hits. Not dirty, but they were just they should have been flagged.
Yeah,
they got hit smack dab in the head.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
And even the Fournette hit again. These were legal plays, but they were what the Saints were doing, and kudos to them. They were being aggressive. They were being physical, and sometimes that's what you got to do. But this is a franchise that had some bad press about them and how physical they were. A few years ago with the whole headhunting scandal and shit like that. And I'm not saying that's in the past. That's put behind them, but at the same time. It's bad. It's bad for the NFL. Like you're taking away a guy in Chris Godwin that has so much talent when he's on the field, and to be with him without him for the rest of the year. It's just it could have been avoided. That's all.
But now it just makes everything worse now because Antonio Brown is allowed to come back in after his suspension, and they weren't too sure if they were going to use him or not.
I know, but now your hands are tied.
Now you're forcing your hand. You gotta fucking use them.
Because I think what's his face said, one strike and you're out was Bruce Arians, right? Didn't he say that? But he's got no choice. He has to go back. Yeah, you got to go. You need Antonio Brown.
Bruce Arians doesn't run that team. Brady does. So it's very clear that Bruce Arians said, "I don't want him."
AB is Brady's guy.
100. Because remember, Bruce Arians said, "There's no way Antonio Brown is coming to my team."
Yeah, I know.
And like the next week, he was there.
Yeah,
because of Tom Brady.
Yeah.
That's and that's another reason why people hate Tom Brady, because Brady tells the owners and GMs what to do, and the coach is like, who the fuck is in charge here?
Your star player 100% should always be in charge. 100%.
That's why Max Scherzer got what he wanted and got Buck Showalter.
That's exactly right. We're talking Mets. It's Mets talk, guys. All right. Anyway, I do want to thank.
That is up on the channel.
It is up on the channel. I was about to ask you guys, calm down. You guys are going to get butt plugs. Don't worry about it. All right.
Butt plugs.
Before I thank you guys for for coming on me, what do you guys got going on your channel? Wait, I didn't say it. Let me rephrase that. Holy shit, that was bad.
Our link should be in the description as well, Joseph.
Well, obviously your links are in the description, but I do want you guys to have an opportunity to tell everybody who's watching, who's no one, what do you got going on in your respective channels? Mike, really quick, what do you got going on Mic'd Up Sports?
Well, we got episode 37 of Coming Down the Hours done on Saturday. Me and James, the OGs, back together with nobody on the show. Covered the Jeff Hardy story again, that a source said that there was no intoxication on Jeff Hardy. Kevin Owens re-signing to his WWE contract and some other stuff. And also the late breaking news that came out Saturday. Buck Showalter signs with the New York Mets to be their manager. I am super stoked about it. I wish you were available Saturday for the show, but maybe we could do a batter's box this week about it if you want to. I'm available.
Yeah, maybe not. Really quick, guys.
Asshole.
This just came in. And this might want to make you change your pick, Mike, from the Chiefs to the Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger is undefeated. He has never lost his first home game after a live-action movie starring Spider-Man was released. So I just want you to know that Ben Roethlisberger has been undefeated in his first home game after a Spider-Man movie has been released.
There's one problem with that, Joey.
What?
They're playing in fucking Arrowhead.
I still think the Steelers win. All right. Juwaan, what can you tell us about your YouTube channel? What has just been recently dropped, maybe even last night?
We dropped our live episode of GVN Review breaking down Spider-Man No Way Home. Spoiler review. So if you have not seen it, don't go watch it.
Yes.
The review, not the movie. Go watch the movie.
Go watch the movie, yes.
Watch the review unless you've seen the movie. And we have coming up Much Ado About Nothing and Figure It Out this week. And then, of course, an all-new Marvel Cinematic Review breaking down the finale of Hawkeye this Wednesday.
Right. And Kevin Feige has confirmed a cameo for your spoiler review, and that has been me. It is confirmed. I do make a cameo in Juwaan's spoiler review from last night. So I just
And
want to let
Joey,
you
what's
guys know.
coming up on your channel?
I'm about to tell you. All right, calm down. So let's really quick. We got on Thursday. I set it up, Juwaan. Hopefully you're available. But 12 and 1 o'clock, 12 p.m. We're going to be doing our Hawkeye spoiler review, and then obviously allowing more time for the 1 o'clock. I'm going to be doing my Spider-Man No Way Home spoiler review as well. That's Thursday, and then obviously this weekend, because of the holiday or whatever, I really have nothing planned. I did have a Christmas show that I had planned out. I don't know if I'm dropping that. I might. We might do something this week. I'll say this week it's crazy. It's just crazy this week. It's holidays. This is what happens. I leave my kids at home alone. It just sucks. All right, guys. I want to thank my panelists as always for coming on, Mike and Juwaan. I appreciate it. We will be back next Monday morning for Monday Morning Quarterback. And as always, everybody be safe. And if I don't see you before the holidays, guys, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all that jazz. Guys, have a good night. Or have a great day. It's only 12:30. Jesus.
You said night? You thought we did this for 8 hours?
Have a good moon.